Hey there, Heather Boyd here, and we are counting down 7 days until Christmas with some last minute DIY Christmas cards. I'm going to be using all kinds of mixed media, and you can check out the playlist of tutorials in the description below the video. Today I'm making watercolor tree greeting cards inspired by a craft that I made at our local library using paper and wool. We are going to start by drawing out our Christmas tree. I am using 140-pound watercolor paper. I've just taped it down so the paper won't buckle, and I'm just doing a very simple shape of a Christmas tree. Now we are going to take some painter's tape and we are going to cut some short pieces just to tape off the shape of the tree. So just cut them with the scissors so you have nice sharp lines and place them right beside the lines that you have already drawn. And keep going until the whole tree is masked out. So now we're going to go in with our watercolor paints and just blob down different shades of green using a medium-sized brush. So we're going to work quite quickly and just blob down the paint in a few different areas and then just sprinkle the salt onto the paint while it's still wet. This will create a nice texture in the paint. So continue with the greens. You can use 3 or 4 different shades of green and just have fun with it, blobbing down the paint, making sure you cover the whole area with paint so there are no white parts of the paper showing. Have the salt in your hand ready to drop on the wet paint because you want to work quite quickly with this. Keep adding your paint until all the paper is covered, checking to make sure there are no spots that are missing the paint, putting the salt where you want the texture to be, and then we are going to let it dry. And then after it's fully dry, we can brush off the excess salt. But make sure it's fully dry before you do this because you don't want the paint to smudge. From there, we are going to remove the painter's tape, and you will see that you have a nice crisp painting of the tree. Now this project is very open-ended. You can go ahead and just decorate this tree that's on the white background, and you will see some other options in this video for things you can do with the tree. I decided to cut it out, and I did outline the areas with gold marker, and then with the hot glue I'm just going to stick it down on a cardstock. I have red cardstock from Michaels. I'm just using hot glue because it's the fastest way to get it stuck down. And then I decided to embellish the card with some spirals. So using the same metallic marker that I used to outline the tree and to draw the trunk, I'm just doing some very fun, whimsical spirals. You can embellish this card in any way you want. You can write Merry Christmas. You can do anything you like to make it your own. So there's that tree. And then the other way I did the tree was I just made a stencil of the tree and put it on a piece of watercolor that I had in my scrap pile. And I'm going to trace out the shape. And then I'm going to cut it out. Just cut out this shape of the tree. And then I wanted to add a star at the top. So I had this star button in my collection of buttons, and so I'm going to add some 24 gauge wire just to secure the button in place, and then we're going to clip off the little end at the back, make sure it's secure, and then I'm going to hold it at the top of the tree and wind the wire around. This is going to give it a fun little detail, and the mixed media is really nice. So making sure that star stays centered at the top of the tree, we are going to wrap the tree in any kind of zigzag pattern. Just being careful to pull your wire straight and making sure you don't bunch up the tree. Just smoothing it down so it's straight, bringing it around to the front and the back until you're happy with it. So now I decided to take some vintage sheet music to put as a backdrop for the tree. So I'm just going to glue that with a glue stick on a Michael's blank greeting card. I'll link up my materials in the description below. And then to attach the tree, I used hot glue so it would stick better on the background. So now we're just going to place that on the sheet music, press it down. The hot glue dries quite quickly, so there you have this style and then the other style that's a little smaller. Thanks so much for watching the video. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for lots more art videos. If you would like to join my private Facebook group, I have a group where people can share photos of their work based on my tutorials or your own mixed media artwork. Stay tuned. In the new year, I will be having all kinds of 10-day mixed media art challenges. And if you like wire art and jewelry, you could hop over to my other channel, Heather Boyd Wire, for all kinds of wire art and wire jewelry making tutorials. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you the next time.